Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to awaken the greatness within you. You are not created to live an average life or settle for mediocrity. The Creator placed you on this earth for a reason. And that reason is far too significant for you to play small. Today, we are going to explore why you must rise, expand your vision, and embrace the fullness of your potential. Inside every one of us lies untapped potential, gifts, talents, and ideas waiting to be unleashed. The greatest tragedy in life is not death, but a life that never fulfills its purpose. Your potential is God-given, and playing small dishonors the one who placed greatness inside you. Don't let fear or the opinions of others keep you from stepping into what you were created to do. Keynote 2, you are designed to dominate. When you look at the original blueprint for humanity, it is clear you were designed to have dominion, not to live in submission to circumstances. Dominion means influence, leadership, and impact. Stop shrinking to fit into spaces you've outgrown. Instead, take charge of your gifts, your environment, and your future. Keynote 3, small thinking creates small lives. As a person thinks, so they become. If you think small, you will live small. You cannot let limited thinking box you into a life of stagnation. Break free from mental chains of inadequacy, doubt, and excuses. Expand your vision and align your thoughts with the magnitude of your calling. Keynote 4, purpose demands expansion. Your purpose requires you to grow, to stretch, and to step outside of your comfort zone. Playing small will never allow you to fulfill the assignment placed on your life. Purpose isn't about personal comfort, it's about making a meaningful impact in your generation. To fulfill purpose, you must be willing to think bigger, act bolder, and dream beyond what seems possible. Keynote 5, excuses are the language of failure. Too often, we justify staying small with excuses. I'm not ready, I don't have the resources, or I'm not good enough. These are lies we tell ourselves to stay comfortable. The truth is, greatness is never convenient, and success doesn't wait for you to feel ready. Stop making excuses and start taking action. Keynote 6, the world needs your greatness. Finally, remember this, you playing small does not serve the world. There are people, opportunities, and lives waiting for you to step into your greatness. When you shine, you give others permission to shine as well. The ripple effect of your boldness could change nations, industries, and generations. Closing challenge. It's time to stop playing small and start living large in your purpose. The world is not served by your silence, hesitation, or self-doubt. Step up, step up, step up, and embrace the fullness of who you are meant to be. Refuse to shrink, refuse to settle, and refuse to waste another moment. You were made for greatness, go and live it. Inside every one of us lies untapped potential, gifts, talents, and ideas waiting to be unleashed. This potential is not ordinary, it is extraordinary, and it carries the signature of divinity. You were not placed on this earth by accident. There is a specific reason for your existence, a purpose woven into the fabric of your being. When you examine the complexity of who you are, your mind, your abilities, your unique perspective, it becomes undeniable that you were created for something greater than mere survival. Consider this, the Creator does not make anything without intention. Every tree has a purpose, every star in the sky fulfills its role, and every creature is designed to contribute to the ecosystem. How much more intentional do you think the Creator was when He made you? You are not just a collection of cells or a product of random chance. You are a masterpiece, crafted with precision and care, and within you lies the power to shape, to create, and to transform the world around you. Yet, despite this divine potential, so many of us settle. We live beneath our calling, accept limitations imposed by society, and allow fear to keep us in a place of mediocrity. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown. These are the barriers that keep your potential locked away. But fear is not from God. Fear is a thief robbing you of the greatness that is rightfully yours. Then there are the opinions of others. How often have you let someone else's doubts or criticisms determine the size of your dreams? People will always have opinions, but they do not hold the blueprint for your life. Their perspective is limited, but your potential is limitless. To allow others to dictate your path is to dishonor the one who placed that potential within you. Think of a seed. A seed contains everything it needs to become a mighty tree, but it will never reach its full potential if it remains in a packet, untouched and undeveloped. Your potential works the same way. It requires effort, nurturing, and the courage to face challenges. Just as the seed must push through the soil to grow, you must push through the obstacles that stand between you and your destiny. When you look at the original blueprint for humanity, it is clear You were designed to have dominion, not to live in submission to circumstances. This design is not a product of human ambition or societal influence. It is a divine mandate embedded in the very essence of who you are. From the beginning of time, humanity was entrusted with the authority to govern, to lead, and to create. You were not made to merely exist. You were made to thrive, to expand, and to influence the world around you. Dominion does not mean controlling others or exploiting resources for selfish gain. True dominion is about stewardship, using your gifts, talents, and influence to bring order, growth, and excellence to every area of your life. It means taking ownership of your responsibilities, recognizing your power to make a difference, and refusing to be passive in the face of challenges. This is the calling placed on your life, and it requires a mindset that rejects mediocrity. Yet so many of us live far beneath this mandate. We shrink ourselves to fit into spaces that are too small for the greatness within us. We accept roles and environments that do not align with the fullness of our potential because we fear the discomfort of outgrowing them. But staying in those spaces is not humility, it is a disservice to your design. You are not created to conform, you were created to lead, to innovate, and to stand out. Consider your environment. Are you letting it shape you, or are you shaping it? Dominion requires you to take charge of your surroundings, to influence them rather than be influenced by them. This is not about controlling every detail, but about living intentionally, ensuring that your actions align with your purpose. Your gifts were given to you for a reason, and it is your responsibility to cultivate them, to use them boldly, and to maximize their impact. Circumstances will try to intimidate you. They will attempt to convince you that you are powerless, that the odds are stacked against you, and that it's easier to surrender than to fight. But circumstances are not your master. You were designed to rise above them, to navigate through challenges with wisdom and strength, and to come out victorious. Dominion is not about avoiding difficulties, but about overcoming them with the confidence of someone who knows their worth and their calling. Leadership is not reserved for a select few. It is embedded in the DNA of every person. Whether you lead in your family, your workplace, your community, or on a global stage, the ability to influence and inspire is part of your design. To deny this truth is to deny the very essence of who you were created to be. Leadership is not about a title, it is about your capacity to make an impact, to transform what is around you, and to elevate those who are connected to you. As a person thinks, so they become. This simple yet profound truth reveals the power of the mind in shaping the course of your life. Your thoughts are the architects of your reality, and what you allow to occupy your mind will eventually manifest in your actions, decisions, and outcomes. If your thinking is small, confined by fear and self-doubt, your life will reflect that smallness in every area: relationships, opportunities, and accomplishments. Small thinking is not just a habit, it is a prison. It locks you into patterns of mediocrity, convincing you that where you are is all there is. It whispers lies that you are not enough, that your dreams are too big, and that success is reserved for someone else. This kind of thinking does not just limit your potential, it erodes your hope, your vision, and your belief in what is possible. Over time, it creates a life that feels stagnant, unfulfilling, and disconnected from purpose. Mental chains of inadequacy and doubt are some of the most powerful weapons against your progress. These chains often form early through negative experiences, critical words, or failures that you allow to define you. They wrap around your mind, holding you back from even trying to reach for more. But these chains are not unbreakable. They exist only as long as you allow them to. The first step to breaking free is recognizing that they are lies, not truths, and that they do not have the authority to dictate your future. Excuses are another form of small thinking that keeps you stuck. I don't have enough time, I don't have enough resources, I'm not qualified. These excuses may feel valid in the moment, but they are merely barriers your mind creates to avoid stepping into the unknown. The truth is, there will never be a perfect time, perfect resources, or perfect conditions. Growth and progress come from acting despite imperfection, from taking risks and learning as you go. To expand your life, you must first expand your vision. Vision is the ability to see beyond your current circumstances and imagine what could be. It requires you to dream bigger than what feels comfortable or realistic. This is not wishful thinking, it is aligning your mind with the magnitude of your calling. When you expand your vision, you open yourself up to possibilities that were once hidden by limited thinking. You begin to see opportunities where others see obstacles and solutions where others see problems. Your calling demands a mindset that aligns with its greatness. You cannot fulfill a big purpose with small thinking. Small thinking keeps you focused on what you lack, while expansive thinking shifts your focus to what is possible. It pushes you to innovate, to persevere, and to stretch beyond what you believe was your capacity. It transforms obstacles into stepping stones and failures into lessons that propel you forward. The battlefield for your future is in your mind. The thoughts you entertain today will become the foundation for the life you build tomorrow. If you allow small thinking to take root, it will grow into a life that feels limited, constrained, and far from the fullness you were meant to experience. But when you choose to think expansively, to challenge every limitation and envision the extraordinary, you unlock the potential for a life that is as vast and impactful as your calling. Your purpose requires you to grow, to stretch, and to step outside of your comfort zone. Purpose is not static, it is dynamic, ever evolving, and always calling you toward greater levels of responsibility, influence, and impact. It is not designed to fit within the boundaries of your current abilities or understanding. Instead, it pulls you beyond what you know and who you are today, demanding that you expand to meet its requirements. Purpose is not for the faint-hearted, it's for those who are willing to embrace the challenge of becoming more. Playing small will never allow you to fulfill the assignment placed on your life. Smallness is incompatible with purpose, because purpose is expansive by nature. It requires you to think beyond yourself, beyond your immediate needs, and beyond your comfort zone. Staying small may feel safe, but it will keep you in a place of stagnation, unable to rise to the level your purpose demands. Growth is not an option for those who are serious about purpose, it is a necessity. Growth, however, is not easy. It requires discomfort, sacrifice, and perseverance. To grow, you must be willing to let go of old habits, mindsets, and even relationships that no longer serve your purpose. Growth stretches you in ways that feel uncomfortable because it pushes you into unfamiliar territory. It demands that you face your fears, confront your weaknesses, and embrace the uncertainty of change. But this stretching is essential, for it is only through growth that you can expand your capacity to fulfill your purpose. Purpose isn't about personal comfort, it's about making a meaningful impact in your generation. Your purpose is never just about you, it is always connected to others. It is about how you can use your gifts, talents, and influence to serve, inspire, and uplift those around you. Purpose challenges you to think about legacy, about the mark you will leave on the world long after you are gone. It requires you to prioritize significance over convenience, contribution over complacency. Fulfilling purpose demands that you think bigger than your current reality. It calls you to envision what could be, not just what is. Thinking bigger means daring to dream beyond the limitations of your circumstances, resources, or experience. It means seeing possibilities where others see problems and solutions where others see barriers. Your purpose will never fit into the confines of small thinking because it was designed to elevate you beyond the ordinary into the extraordinary. To act boldly in the pursuit of purpose is not optional, it is essential. Bold action is the bridge between where you are and where your purpose is calling you to be. It requires courage to take steps into the unknown, to risk failure, and to persevere despite setbacks. Boldness is not the absence of fear, but the decision to move forward in spite of it. Every bold step you take stretches you further, builds your confidence, and brings you closer to the fulfillment of your purpose. Dreaming beyond what seems possible is the hallmark of those who live a purpose-driven life. It is about refusing to let the limitations of the present dictate the possibilities of the future. Your dreams are the seeds of your purpose, planted in your mind to guide you toward your destiny. To dream big is to honor the magnitude of your calling and to align yourself with the expansive vision your purpose requires. Dreams are not fantasies, they are blueprints for the future, waiting for action to bring them to life. Too often we justify staying small with excuses. I'm not ready, I don't have the resources, or I'm not good enough. These excuses feel safe. They allow us to avoid risk, dodge responsibility, and remain within the confines of our comfort zones. But in truth, excuses are the chains that bind us to mediocrity. They may seem harmless at first, but over time they rob us of opportunities, derail our potential, and silence the greatness within us. Excuses are deceptive because they often sound reasonable. You may genuinely believe you're not ready, that you lack the resources, or that your abilities fall short. But these thoughts are rooted in fear, not fact. Readiness is not a prerequisite for action. It is a byproduct of taking that first step. Resources are rarely sufficient at the beginning, but resourcefulness, the ability to use what you have and find what you need, is far more valuable than waiting for ideal conditions. And the idea that you're not good enough is simply untrue, because your worth and potential are not defined by your current skill set or circumstances, but by the limitless capacity for growth within you. The truth is, greatness is never convenient. The path to success, purpose, or fulfillment is rarely smooth or predictable. It requires effort, resilience, and a willingness to navigate the unknown. Waiting for the perfect time is one of the most common excuses, but the perfect time does not exist. The conditions you're waiting for may never align, and the opportunities you keep postponing may pass you by. The reality is that every moment you delay is a moment lost, a chance to grow, learn, or achieve something meaningful. Excuses are also rooted in comparison. Too often we look at others who seem more talented, more prepared, or more successful and use their progress as a reason to hold ourselves back. If I can't be as good as them, why bother trying? We tell ourselves, but comparison is the enemy of progress. Your journey is unique and your timing is different. What someone else has achieved is irrelevant to what you are capable of accomplishing. Every great achievement starts with an imperfect, uncertain beginning. Fear is another driving force behind excuses. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of criticism, it all plays into the narrative that it's safer to do nothing than to risk falling short. But failure is not the opposite of success, it is a stepping stone on the way to it. Rejection and criticism are not threats, they are opportunities to refine your approach and build resilience. The only true failure is staying still when you were meant to move forward. Excuses keep us in a cycle of inactivity. The more we make them, the more we convince ourselves that action is impossible. This leads to a stagnant life where dreams remain unfulfilled, potential goes untapped, and purpose is never realized. Excuses allow us to rationalize our lack of progress, but deep down they create frustration and dissatisfaction because we know we were meant for more. Taking action, even in the face of uncertainty, is the antidote to excuses. It breaks the cycle of inaction and proves to yourself that you are capable of more than you thought. Every step forward, no matter how small, builds momentum and confidence. Action silences excuses by replacing I can't with I did and I'm not ready with I'm making progress. Finally, remember this: you playing small does not serve the world. The impact of your life is far greater than you may realize. Every gift, every talent, and every ounce of potential within you was given for a purpose. And that purpose extends beyond your own life. There are people, opportunities, and lives waiting for you to step into your greatness. When you hold back, when you choose to shrink or to settle, you deny the world the light that only you can bring. The world needs your ideas, your creativity, and your solutions. There are challenges in your community, your industry, and even on a global scale that are waiting for someone like you to step forward. These challenges do not require perfection, they require action. They require someone bold enough to say, I will rise to the occasion. The opportunities you have been given are not accidental. They are divine alignment designed for you to walk into and make an impact. When you shine, you give others permission to shine as well. Your boldness, your courage, and your willingness to live at your full potential inspire others to do the same. Just as one flame can ignite another, your greatness has the power to spark greatness in those around you. Imagine the ripple effect of your decision to embrace your potential. It could be a child who sees you as a role model and dares to dream bigger. It could be a colleague who is motivated to take their own leap of faith because they saw you take yours. The ripple effect of your boldness could change nations, industries, and generations. History is filled with examples of individuals who stepped into their greatness and in doing so transformed the world. These people were not without flaws, doubts, or challenges, but they made the decision to rise above them. Their greatness created movements, innovations, and legacies that continue to impact us today. You too have the capacity to create a legacy that outlives you, a legacy that uplifts and empowers others to step into their own greatness. The need for your greatness is not abstract or distant, it is immediate and personal. There are people in your life right now who are waiting for you to lead, to speak, to act, and to show them what is possible. There are doors that only you can open and pass, that only you can pave. The world's progress depends not on a select few, but on the collective contributions of individuals who choose to rise to their full potential. You are one of those individuals, and your greatness is not optional, it is essential.